everybody. Thank you for being here this morning. My name is MicahSarah. Today's speaker is going to be talking about the lifelong benefits of farm-to-school programs for students. And maybe some of you had one of these programs in your school. Last year, when she was a senior in high school, her school started talking about the possibility of starting one of these programs, which is what sparked her interest. And this year they actually have a small operation going. So she's a freshman studying ag business, talking today about the lifelong effects of farm-to-school programs on students. Please welcome Sarah.
So thank you, Micah. And like she said, I'm going to be talking about the lifelong effects that farm-to-school programs have on school children. So I've talked about these programs in every one of my presentations. So do you guys remember what I said farm-to-school programs are? Have like a guess at what they might be? Okay. Well, they're programs that provide schools with the fresh fruits and vegetables for their lunches. So one goal of these programs is to teach children the difference between the healthy foods and the unhealthy foods. So teaching them that apples are going to be better than a bag of candy. And also showing them what they can grow and how they can grow that. So they're able to do this through actually taking care of a plant that they'll eventually eat. And once the kids are able to make these good choices and know how to grow their own food, the creators of the program are hopeful that they'll continue to make healthy choices and to grow their own gardens so that they'll, develop a better society. So that's going to improve the local economy by buying the local foods and also hopefully help the obesity problem. If enough schools are involved and the kids stay passionate and stay involved, they'll be eating healthy foods rather than candy as a snack. So an article I found said that 42,000 schools across the United States spent a combined amount of $600 million on buying and growing local foods in the 2013-2014 school year. And this number had significantly increased from 2 years before when they did the survey. So that's showing that these programs are growing across the country. And it also said that kids who eat the local foods were more likely to eat all of their meal rather than throwing some of it away because they know where that food is. So another goal of these programs are to teach students about agriculture and where their food comes from. Students learn that food doesn't just appear on the shelves at Kroger, like it actually has a growing process before it gets there. And when they learn about agriculture, they learn from starting at the seed to when they're harvesting it and able to grow it, or able to eat it. So I remember learning about plants and photosynthesis in school, and the teachers never really made the connection between this happens in the plant so that you can eat it later. Like we always talked about flowers and never really fruits and vegetables. So something else that article mentioned was when students know where their food comes from, they're able to form a relationship to the food. So when they're driving on the road and say they pass Sinklin Farms, they can say, oh, well, my vegetables that I ate at lunch today came from there. And they can make that connection. So after they learn about agriculture, they may discover that they actually have a passion for it and want to continue their education in that. So if they grew up in the city and were never really involved in agriculture, they may not have known they had that passion without the farm-to-school gardens. So farm-to-school gardens want to teach students about gardening skills. And this is a valuable skill that a lot of students don't have anymore, that their parents don't teach them. And they can use it wherever they go in life, whether they go into the business field and just want to have a garden on the side when they get home, or whether they go into farming and agriculture and that's how they make their living. Later in life, they may also find themselves in a situation where they don't have access to the fresh fruits and vegetables. So they can use these skills that they have and grow a community garden where it's not only going to benefit them, but the community as a whole. So Micah mentioned that my school system back home has started a small farm-to-school program. And these are the herb boxes that they're placing in all the cafeterias so that the students can watch the plants grow and be involved in that. So it's still small, but it's their first year, so they're just getting started. And then eventually the students can pass on these gardening skills to their kids because it's a skill that's being left behind due to the fact that it's so easy to walk into the store and just pick up whatever you need. So I have a video that kind of ties everything together about what I've talked about in all of my presentations.
Hi everybody. I'm Chef Liz with Reef, and today we're going to make a soba noodle salad. It's a cold salad.
Elizabeth Chapa is giving these Wisconsin 7th graders a class in the art of cooking, and she's using some specific ingredients.
So here's the spinach, and all I want you to do is kind of rough chop it. It doesn't have to be really small.
Most of the foods in her recipes are farm-fresh vegetables grown within 100 miles of the school.
We live in an age of a lot of single-parent households, and it's rush, 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 go, go, go. And I think that what we bring to the kids is an opportunity to slow it down, make a meal with local, healthy ingredients, and show that it can be easy.
Do you think the kids enjoy everything they're learning?
I do. I think that we expose them to vegetables and some cooking techniques that maybe they don't see at home. And for a lot of them, I think it entices them to want to pursue cooking as a career in the future. And when you finish, you don't always have to use all the dressing. You know what I mean? Put a little bit, toss it all together, see if it needs more. Get all the ingredients right here, so they're all lined up here for you.
This class in Madison, Wisconsin is part of the National Farm to School program, organized and administered here by Wisconsin's REAP, or REAP Food Group, which stands for Research, Education, Action, and Policy.
And it's not a demo, it's really the kids being able to get in there and chop the vegetables and cook them, and then share a meal with their friends and a guest chef, and celebrate food and learn some new skills and usually try some new things.
So these gardens provide students with more valuable knowledge than they could ever imagine learning in a lecture or textbook. And they're learning information that's going to stick with them through the rest of their life through these valuable hands-on experiences. And hopefully students will develop a passion for agriculture in these farm-to-school gardens and want to continue these programs on for their children so that they can have the same memorable experience.